Good morning. It's 7:37 at AM 990 KWAM. It's Memphis this morning. Well, it's time for Let's Talk Growth. Triumph Bank, Tracy Strickland, and her guest. Here's your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome to our studios on this wonderful Tuesday. We just love Tuesdays. Tracy Strickland in the house, talking growth with Triumph Bank. Today we're talking kids and unique things that kids are doing. We were just talking about some videos, and our theme today will be about some great support you guys are doing for some K4.
Yes, actually. Good morning, George.
Good morning,
I was about
Tracy.
to say the crowds are partying. It's like 75 degrees, and we're 2 weeks away from football season. So
I know it's already started
in the South, and school has started. My kids started last week. I know lots of kids started before that even. And I wanted to really put the spotlight on the school that we have decided to partner with, and we've been partnering with them for 3 years now, and that's Binghampton Christian Academy. It's this precious school near the corner of Walnut Grove and Tillman, and I've invited my friend Shelley, who is their Director of Development and Communications, to come and talk about that school and the wonderful things that happen there. So, Shelley, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me back. I really appreciate the opportunity to come and talk about the school and the partnership with Triumph Bank.
Absolutely.
Well, that is such a wonderful thing for Triumph Bank to reach out. How many sponsors overall do you have in the school?
So we have about 300 donors each year.
Wow.
And that includes individuals, the business community, foundations who support us through grants, and also the faith community. We have several churches that provide us grant support, which is really valuable.
That's incredible. Tell us a little bit, for those who are just tuning in and didn't hear the last time you were here, give us a little bit of the background about the school and its mission.
So we are a Christian school, obviously, hence the name, but we have been around for 23 years. School just got back in session 3 weeks ago, and it's our 23 year in operation. And so what is very unique about us is that all of our students attend on full scholarship. And so we really are the only one in the Memphis community that has that sort of setup with our school. Our parents only pay a small enrollment fee, and that's $200 a year, and that doesn't matter how many students they actually have attending. So we also have a residential component that I talked about last time.
Right.
And so we have 30 students that live on campus with us, and the families that their students live, they also attend at no additional cost.
Well, that's incredible. We're talking with Shelley, and she is the Director of Development and Communication for Binghampton Christian Academy over at Walnut Grove and Tillman. We're going to dig in a little bit deeper and talk about the students and all the great things that Triumph Bank is doing to support the school, as well as all the other sponsors that you have. You're listening to AM 990.
Coming up on 7:43 right now at AM 990 KWAM. It's Memphis this morning. Let's Talk Growth with Triumph Bank. Tracy Strickland and her guests. Here's your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome back to our studios, where today we turn our spotlight on Triumph Bank and Let's Talk Growth. Tracy Strickland. Tracy, welcome back.
Thanks, George. I'm always loving to be here on Tuesday.
You know what's so cool is we've been able to find out so many neat parts and divisions, and at the end of the day, all the cool stuff that you guys are doing to reach out to the community, to be part of the community. A great bank for your customers. You are the local community bank of Memphis. You really are. It is so cool. And today we've got a special guest in our studios, Shelley Alley. Welcome back, Shelley.
Thanks for having me.
You know, it's really good. Shelley is the Director of Development and Communication for the Binghampton Christian Academy, which Triumph Bank is a sponsor. You guys have been a sponsor for how many years?
About 3 years now. We started by donating shirts. We worked with a company called Agape North. I like to call it Tom's for Shoes, or Tom's. You know how they you buy a shoe and you can give away a shoe. So we buy all of our logoed apparel, including the shirt I'm wearing right now, and they save up all of our purchases, and so we'll be making another donation this fall. We may do sweatshirts this time. I'm not sure whatever the school and the kids need, and we bring them lunch. And that was just a great way for our team to meet the students, to meet the teachers. Teachers are amazing. How they take these kids and just absolutely love on them and pour knowledge and goodness into them. And we started that 3 years ago, and then we've really taken off from there. I know we donated some money to help, get their wireless internet up and running a couple of years ago during the holidays, and then we've served a lot of meals. And this past spring, we were able to bring bedding to all the kids in the residential
still love
dorms, and I know they got some new mattresses through some donations this summer, which was fantastic. But I know the residential program's very special to my heart. We were talking about it at a break, and I'd love for Shelley to talk about how that program got off the ground and who can qualify for it and how special those kids are too.
So we are unique. As I mentioned before, we have the only in-community boarding school component to our school. And so there are 30 of our students who live on campus Monday through Friday. And we have a high refugee population of students. About 65% of our students come from African refugee situations. And so because of that, they often come to us several grade levels behind. English is not always the first language spoken in the home, and even though their parents may speak English, reading and writing are sometimes a challenge. And so when you already come to school and you're a little bit behind, the residential program really helps you get that extra layer of support, and we really have a holistic approach to your education.
Well, that's really fascinating. Real quick, I was wondering, Shelley, here we are in the Mid-South. How do the refugees end up here?
So I believe that over the years, Memphis has been identified, and specifically the Binghampton community, because it's affordable. And so if you think a lot of these people do come here without a lot of education, they need to be in a place that they can afford, housing. And so over the years, that has just been one of the communities. And so when we first started our school, that wasn't necessarily the case. That didn't make up the large percent of our student body. But over the years, that's really what we've seen. And so, our school is for the students, but in a lot of ways, it's for the families. Sometimes these families are pretty large, and we have, all the siblings through the years. And because our classes are so small, the average size is 15. We really get to know the family dynamics, and we're able to help them and, provide them with services and, outreach through the community as well.
And the teachers, are they mostly from this area?
Yes.
They have to be bilingual?
They don't have to be bilingual. Most of our students do come already speaking English, so that's not necessarily an issue. But at home, they may speak another language as well. But all of our teachers are local, and they really see this as a ministry. And they love our students, and they really pour into them above and beyond what is really expected of just a teacher.
That is really awesome. We're talking with Shelley Alley with the Binghampton Christian Academy. And we're listening to Let's Talk Growth with Triumph Bank. We'll be right back after a few moment break. You're listening to AM 990.
7:52 at AM 990. KWAM. It's Memphis this morning. Let's Talk Growth. Triumph Bank. Tracy Strickland and her guests, and your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome back to our studios. Today is the day that we turn our spotlight on Triumph Bank, and Let's Talk Growth with Tracy Strickland. She has a special guest in today, Shelley Alley with Binghampton Christian Academy, talking about some great stuff. I want to quickly, though, just put the spotlight back on Triumph Bank, what a great local community bank they are. And if you're looking for a bank, you need to reach out to them. They're real hands-on, very personable. Triumph Bank, you can reach them at 901-333-8800. Great website at triumphbank.com. You want to check it out? Go online now and check them out. And now, back to Tracy.
Hey, yes, come in and visit us, too. We're at Poplar, I-240, Germantown, Collierville, and Arlington.
Right.
And
celebrating your 10th anniversary?
10 years, I know. And we're going to be downtown. If anybody is going to be coming to the MMBC Economic Development Forum, we've got an exhibit booth, and we'll have people from our team there all week. So stop by Wednesday. I'll all day Thursday at the Cook Convention Center. It's just a tremendous
Do you have
support
water
for the
bottles?
small business.
Do you have water bottles again this year?
I'm going to have really good notebooks this year, so we're hoping we'll win the exhibit booth award again this year. But no, come by and see us because we love getting to tell people our story and how we can help them. It's all about building up the small business community in the town, and we really love being a supporter of them, and of course always Binghampton Christian Academy. So I'm so glad that Shelley's here to talk about the school that we love so much. And there's a lot of ways if you're, just driving to work thinking, well, I'm not a big company, I'm not affiliated particularly with the church, but I'd love to help out. I know that there's ways that just the ordinary person just can come in and help and serve. So you want to share a little bit about that?
So we are very volunteer friendly at our school. We really look to volunteers to help us with almost all aspects of our school. And so one great way to really get plugged in is to help provide a meal for our residential students.
Oh, yeah.
And so families, small groups, maybe your girls' night out group can pick an evening during the week and provide dinner to our girls or boys' dorm and or both.
Yeah.
And, it's just something if you have the gift for cooking and hospitality, you can make a home-cooked meal, or if you're really good at ordering takeout and catering, our students love that as well. But that's a great way just to, meet our students and get to know them, interact, but also just help us with a great need, because we really want our dorm parents to be able to spend time with the students. And so, if you had to come home in the afternoon and prepare a meal for 15, children, it would really take your mind away from them. And so this is a great way for volunteers to really help us and allow us to really pour into our students, and then also make sure that they have their meals covered.
Yeah, and that's a really, what a great nurturing environment that you guys are providing, which leads to great achievements. And I wanted you to speak a little bit about that for the students.
So, we are very proud of the fact that because of our holistic approach, our students, not only, graduate from us at 8th grade, we're a K-4 through 8th grade school, but we have been very successful to match them with strong charter and private schools. And so because we get to know the families and get to know the students, we are able to work with them and match them up. So the next place that they go to continue their education is really a right fit. It's going to continue that layer of support that we've been providing. And that's been very successful. And then, students go on to graduate high school, and we have numerous students that are now attending college. And so, we really believe that the enrichment and the time that we put in with these students very early on, sets them up for success as they move forward.
That's amazing. Shelley Alley, Director of Development Communication for Binghampton Christian Academy, and Tracy Strickland's here to talk about with the Let's Talk Growth. Triumph Bank is a sponsor of the K-4 class this year.
Yes, this coming up, we're going to be holding all of their class parties, but more importantly, we're getting to provide all of their school supplies, all of their books, really nurture on these 15 kiddos. There's 2 sets of twins, I think, in our class.
Yes.
Cannot wait to get my arms around them and give them hugs and love. We'll also be, in the spring, having a big family cookout, be providing some free financial education to the parents, and just, wrapping our arms around this community of just wonderful
great
schools.
stuff.
So we're proud of it.
Well, you guys are doing a great thing, reaching out as a business and leader in the community. Really a powerful thing. Shelley, welcome. Thank you for coming back. And
thank you so much for having me again.
Always good to have you in. And Tracy, one more time, we're going to be downtown.
Yes. Downtown is the MMBC Economic Development Forum. So we'll be at Cook Convention Center all day tomorrow and Thursday, and we'll have an exhibit booth there. Come by and visit us and take part in the great speakers in the lineup they have put together for small business owners.
We'll be back next week.
Absolutely.
Tuesdays. Don't miss it.
Yes.
Let's Talk Growth, Triumph Bank. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're listening to AM 990.